Now let's look at Section 2. Here's what it says. An abortion may be performed or induced upon a woman in cases of medical emergency, fetal anomaly, rape, or incest. In the case of abortions performed or induced in cases of rape or incest, the abortion may be performed or induced no later than 12 weeks gestational age of the unborn child. This is where the exceptions are written directly into the Constitution. And remember what we said earlier. A yes vote means you are affirming this language and putting these exceptions into Missouri's highest law. Some people will argue these exceptions are a necessary evil, that in order to save some babies we have to sacrifice others. But a necessary evil is still evil. Once these exceptions are written into the Constitution, every unborn child who falls under one of these categories is denied equal protection. We are saying some children deserve to live and others do not. And Scripture is clear. God hates partiality and unequal weights and measures. He doesn't call us to compromise with injustice. He calls us to defend all life. There are also practical problems. Rape and incest. There are no safeguards here. No police report required. No investigation required. No penalty for false claims. Anyone could simply say they were raped and immediately qualify for an abortion. That means this isn't a narrow exception. It's essentially abortion on demand for the first 12 weeks. And instead of bringing abusers to justice, this language could actually cover up crimes. Fetal anomaly. We know diagnoses are often wrong. Many parents have been told their baby wouldn't survive or that the pregnancy was too risky, only to later give birth to a healthy child. One mother in Paulsbo, Washington, was told just that, and I want you to hear her story in her own words.
1, 2, 3!
Garrett Brown, who goes by G, is 3.5, a superhero of sorts. He survived the unthinkable.
Every doctor that I've talked to of G's is like, what are you talking about? This doesn't happen. That's not a thing. And it's very much a thing.
After a positive pregnancy test, Laura Brown went to her doctor at Kitsap OBGYN in Silverdale. She'd had some cramping and bleeding, so they did an ultrasound.
On the ultrasound, it was literally a blob, a misshapen blob.
There was concern it wasn't attached and could leave the uterus and become an ectopic pregnancy.
The way that she explained it is it could essentially go up into my tubes and attach there and cause problems. If the egg grows from there, then it can burst inside. The doctor, she said, there is no chance that this is viable, and we do need you to come in this afternoon and take the methotrexate. And I said, are you sure? Because, we didn't want to do anything we shouldn't be doing. And they said, yep, nope, we are sure. Come on in.
Laura was given a dose of methotrexate, a drug used to terminate pregnancies, in this case to absorb the non-viable sac. Blood tests showed Laura was still pregnant after the first round of methotrexate. 3 weeks later, they gave her another dose. Again, tests showed Laura was still pregnant, so they ordered another ultrasound.
As soon as I was up and on screen, what I saw was exactly what I'd seen with my daughter 100 times, and his little heartbeat. And the only thing I can remember thinking was, oh my gosh, we have been trying to save me from, this horrible, scenario and save my life. And in reality, we were attacking him. She immediately apologized. I'm so sorry. And then she proceeded to tell me what she expected from a baby that was exposed at such high levels, which would be missing limbs, abnormalities with his heart, his brain.
She found a new doctor and spent the rest of the pregnancy wondering how much damage her unborn baby boy suffered from the misdiagnosis.
I remember the first time I felt him kick, and I felt so bad because I didn't know if he was in pain or what I had done to him.
G was born at 36 weeks with doctors at Mary Bridge Children's Hospital in Tacoma ready to care for him. He spent 2 weeks in the neonatal intensive care unit.
We went through tests and procedures, and he got his first feeding tube at around 2 months old. We couldn't get him to gain weight. We couldn't get him to eat what he needed to eat.
Doctors discovered his intestines were turned around. He has soft spots in his skull, abnormalities with his spine, ribs, fingers, and toes.
He is nonverbal. He is 100% reliant on his G-tube for feeding. He is developmentally delayed. He has had 7 surgeries. He does love his cape.
His cape lists some of what he's been through. G can say 2 words, mom and no. He's learning sign language.
My name? My name is...
He's happy and playful and the best little brother for his sister, Casey.
We can't stop him. You can't hold him down.
This little boy is living proof that doctors can be wrong, and the mistake nearly cost him his life. The drugs they gave his mother left him with lifelong challenges, but he survived. How many other children never get that chance? We'll never know, and this amendment would do nothing to prevent these tragic errors. By leaving the door wide open for anomalies, it invites more of the same deadly mistakes. Now, let's return to the language in Section 2. Medical emergency. That sounds narrow, but the definition is broad and vague. Courts and abortion-friendly doctors can stretch it to mean almost anything, even emotional distress. It's a loophole wide open for abuse. So while supporters say this section saves 95% of babies, the reality is it creates wide open doors for abortion. And more importantly, it forces us to say we are okay with denying protection to children conceived in rape, incest, anomaly, or so-called emergencies. God doesn't call us to draw those lines. Every child is made in His image, and every child's life is equally valuable. Writing these exceptions into the Constitution is not a step toward justice. It is entrenching injustice in the very document meant to protect our rights.